From the smartphone in your pocket to the electric vehicle revolutionizing our streets, rare earth materials are the invisible force driving modern technology. But what happens when control of these critical resources becomes a global chess match? Welcome to the high-stakes world of rare earth geopolitics. First, let's unpack what rare earth metals are. Despite their name, they're not particularly rare in the Earth's crust. These 17 elements, including neodymium, lanthanum, and dysprosium, are essential for producing magnets, batteries, and the other components found in cutting-edge technologies. Their unique magnetic and conductive properties make them indispensable in sectors ranging from renewable energy to military defense. Without rare earths, much of our modern innovation would come to a screeching halt. When it comes to rare earth production, one nation dominates. Accounting for over 70% of global production, China has solidified its position as the epicenter of the rare earth industry. But how did it achieve this dominance? Starting in the 1980s, China strategically invested in rare earth mining and refining, undercutting global competitors with low prices. By the time other nations realized the strategic importance of these elements, China was already years ahead. While countries like the United States and Australia have rare earth reserves, they face challenges in competing with China's low-cost production and refined supply chains. China's advantage isn't just in mining, it's in refining. Extracting rare earths is one thing, but refining them into usable materials for high-tech applications is an entirely different challenge. Currently, China holds a near monopoly on rare earth refining, accounting for more than 85% of global capacity. This vertical integration allows them to dominate every step of the supply chain, from raw extraction to final processing. For other nations, restarting or expanding rare earth industries has proven difficult. Environmental regulations, high costs, and a lack of infrastructure often stall progress. In contrast, China's government-subsidized operations have kept prices artificially low, discouraging competition. This dominance gives China significant leverage over global supply chains. Many countries, including the US, Europe, and Japan, rely heavily on Chinese rare earth exports. This dependency poses risks for industries and governments alike, especially in time of geopolitical tension. However, the story is beginning to shift. Countries like Australia, the US, and Canada are ramping up efforts to break China's monopoly. Joint ventures, government investments, and private sector initiatives aim to establish alternative supply chains. Yet, building this capacity will take years, leaving China at the center of the rare earth universe for the foreseeable future. The dominance of one country over such a critical resource raises significant geopolitical concerns. Rare earth metals are essential for producing advanced military systems, like fighter jets and missile guidance systems. For nations like the US, depending on China for these materials represents a strategic vulnerability. As the world transitions to renewable energy, demand for rare earth is skyrocketing. Wind turbines and electric vehicle motors rely heavily on rare earth magnets. This demand places even more power in the hands of those who control the supply. In 2010, a maritime dispute led China to halt rare earth exports to Japan. The economic shockwaves were felt globally, underscoring how resource control can become a geopolitical weapon. But there's another layer to this story: the environmental and ethical costs of rare earth extraction. Mining and refining these elements can cause significant ecological damage, including water contamination, deforestation, and the release of hazardous waste. Local communities near mining sites often face severe health risks. Polluted water sources and airborne contaminants have been linked to higher rates of respiratory and chronic illnesses. In some cases, entire ecosystems are disrupted, leading to biodiversity loss. The environmental footprint extends beyond pollution. Many rare earth mines are located in ecologically sensitive areas, where large-scale operations lead to deforestation and soil erosion. In some regions, informal mining operations exploit local workers under unsafe conditions. Without proper oversight, the operations rely on rudimentary methods that exacerbate environmental degradation and put workers at extreme risk. Then there's the problem of waste. Rare earth refining produces significant amount of toxic and radioactive byproducts. Managing this waste is a challenge even for developed nations, let alone regions with limited infrastructure or regulations. Environmental and human rights groups are increasingly sounding the alarm. They argue that the transition to clean energy must not come at the expense of the planet or vulnerable populations. Some countries and companies are taking steps to mitigate these impacts. Initiatives include stricter environmental standards, investments in cleaner mining technologies, and efforts to recycle rare earth materials. However, these solutions remain in the early stages. But let's be real, everyone. When we are at the point where you make billions of dollars, nobody is really going to change anything because it's simply not cost effective. And that is the sad reality of the world. In response to geopolitical risks, nations and companies are investing in alternatives. Researchers are exploring ways to reduce rare earth usage in technologies or recycle existing materials. The European Union and the United States have launched initiatives to diversify supply chains and reopen domestic mines. But these efforts are costly and time-consuming. The battle over rare earth metals will shape the future of technology, energy, and geopolitics. Nations that secure stable access to these resources will lead the next industrial revolution. But at what cost to the environment and global stability? Global cooperation may be the key to balancing the benefits of rare earths with their challenges. The question remains, will the world choose competition or collaboration? Being humans and being greedy as of nature, it's probably going to be the first. But let's always hope and believe that the latter can always be achieved. Rare earth metals may be hidden from view, but their impact is monumental. As you swipe your phone or drive your EV, remember the global forces at play behind the scenes. This is the hidden power shaping our world. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Thinking Currents. Let's continue exploring the forces shaping our future together. And let's try to reach one more subscriber, if that's even possible.